Why are logs undefined for non-positive values? Well, let's start by considering logs of positive values, which we know. Say log base 2 of 8. So what we're asking here is, what would we need to raise 2 to, what power would we need to raise 2 to in order to get 8 as a result? Well, we know that 2 cubed is equal to 8. And so unsurprisingly, if we put log base 2 of 8 into our calculator, the calculator will tell us the answer is 3. Okay, that's fairly straightforward. But let's consider something which is not so obvious. Let's say log base 2 of 9. What is that? So the question we're asking here is what would we need to raise 2 to? What power do we need to raise 2 to in order to get 9? Well, we know that 2 cubed is 8 and 2 to the power of 4 is equal to 16. So it needs to be bigger than 3 and less than 4, our value of x. I don't know what that number is off the top of my head, but we can use a calculator. We put log base 2 to the power of 9 in our calculator. The calculator says 3.169 something. And so what that's saying is 2 to the power of 3.1, let's round it to 17, is approximately equal to 9. Okay. So, and likewise, we could, if we wanted to define the log for any argument, it doesn't have to be 9, it could be any value, we just need to increase or decrease the power. So there is a result. It might not be a positive value, but there will always be a result as long as this value is positive, as we've considered so far. But where we have a problem is if we try to find what is the log, say, base 2 of some negative number, let's say negative 8. This is problematic because now let's consider what we're asking is 2 to the power of what gives us negative 8. So we already know that 2 to the power of 3 is equal to 8, not negative 8. So, and we could increase that to get to 9 for the example we did, 2 to the power 3 point something. We could decrease 3 a little bit to get it to 7 or anything less. But it's not obvious how we would get it all the way down to negative 8, because let's say we went all the way down to 2 to the power of 0. We know 2 to the power of 0 standard result is 1. Anything to the power of 0 is 1. And we're going even further, let's go to negative numbers. 2 to the power of negative 1. We know negative 1 is reciprocal of 2, so it's 1 half. Still positive, it's smaller but it's still positive. Then let's go even further, let's say 2 to the power of negative 2. Well, that's just 1 over 2 to the power of 2, which is equal to 1 over 4. As you can see, whatever we do, we're never going to get a negative result. And that's why the log of a negative argument is undefined. If we put that in our calculator, the calculator will say undefined or some words to that effect, because there is nothing we can raise a number to that will give a negative result.